Alright guys, I am back with my review of this week's TNA Impact Wrestling for November 28th, 2013. And this one starts off with Dixie Carter coming out. She introduces her new Chief of Staff, Rockstar Spud. And at first I was thinking, are you serious? Rockstar Spud of all people? But after watching this, I actually think he could do well with this role. He seemed to do pretty good playing the whole stooge gimmick. So I'm going to wait and see what he can actually do with this before I just shit all over it. And Dixie says that she spun the Wheel of Dixie, which once again we did not see. And tonight it's going to be Rude versus Hardy in a tables match, Angle versus Magnus in a last man standing match, and all the winners tonight get a turkey dinner. Then we get EC3 versus Curryman, which was supposed to be a cool surprise, but it just felt kind of lame to me. The match wasn't very good. And EC3 hits the 1%er, the headlock driver, for the win. And then backstage, Kurt Angle is talking to Storm and Gunner. They've joined up with him for the 4-on-4 match tonight. And Storm is still pissed off at Gunner for throwing in the towel last week. The Bromans are backstage with Zima Ion, who is now their DJ. And Eric Young comes up with the turkey suits. He says they have to face a team tonight. It's the turkey match. The losers have to wear the turkey suits and dance around. And the team they will be facing is Norv Furnham and Dewey Barnes. And the Bromans and Eric Young all dance around like turkeys. We get Velvet Sky versus Lady Tapa. Lady Tapa wins with the sit-down TKO, I guess you'd call it. Match was... It wasn't too short. It should have been shorter. I'll just put it like that. But, yeah, it wasn't very good. Then we get Norv Furnham and Dewey Barnes versus the Bromans. And the Bromans entrance with Zima Ion out there as the DJ blasting the horn was awesome. The Bromans entrance has improved dramatically because of Zima Ion. And I like Dewey Barnes and Norv Furnham's entrance music too. I thought that was pretty good. Suits those guys. The match was a squash match. The Bromans beat them in like 20 seconds. So Norv Furnham and Dewey Barnes had to put the turkey suit on and dance around. And it was fine for what it was, but man, I was really hoping Dewey Barnes and Norv Furnham beat these guys. I really wanted to see that, and I know it makes sense because you can't have a team like Barnes and Furnham beat the tag team champions. But man, I was really hoping those guys were going to win. We get another AJ Styles video, and Dixie Carter's all pissed off about this. She says she's going to send her lawyers after him, and he's got 1 week to return her TNA World title. Then we see Bobby Roode's team for the 8-man tag match. It's Bad Influence and Chris Sabin. And Kazarian says, "You remember when we were drug tested a few months ago and Joseph Park tested positive for gravy? What was that all about?" And they all start laughing, and Bobby Roode says, I love a good joke. Was the joke acting like TNA actually drug tests people? Because that's what I thought was funny. Rockstar Spud is ordering Thanksgiving dinner. Kurt Angle is talking to Magnus, who is the last member of Team Angle. They talk about the match they're going to have against each other next week and how they both respect each other. Then we get the funeral of the Aces and Eights. If you have not seen this, I'm sure it's on TNA's YouTube channel. Check it out. It's awesome. At first it's a little silly, but stick with it. It gets really good. I thought it was very funny. They basically just make fun of the Aces and Eights the whole time. You got Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Magnus, Mike Tenay, Eric Young. Ken Anderson pops out of the casket. And Anderson actually says the Aces and Eights, an organization that was responsible for many segments on the show. Which is funny, but it's also kind of weird because TNA, they're the ones who continued to push this storyline that everyone was saying sucked. And now that it's over, they want to make fun of it. It's kind of bizarre, but really good segment here. Bully Ray shows up, and then it gets serious. He says Ken Anderson raped him of everything, and he better sleep with one eye open. He threatens Anderson's family again, and that was it. But this was really good stuff. Check it out. So apparently Kurt Angle had a match against a member of One Direction. I just hope he didn't put him over. But then we get the main event, which is Team Angle versus Team Rude. James Storm is actually eliminated first, then Gunner, Magnus hurts his knee or something, so he leaves. And it's down to Angle versus all of Team Rude. And Bobby Roode brings in a chair. Angle gets it. He starts hitting all of them with the chair, so Team Rude wins. And Chris Sabin, I'm not sure where he was during this. I actually forgot he was in the match. But yeah, Team Rude wins. And I really didn't think this match was very good at all. I was actually disappointed since I thought this would be a pretty good match, kind of in the traditional Survivor Series style. But yeah, this one just flopped. So Team Rude is celebrating backstage. We see Storm, who's still pissed off at Gunner. And then we get the Winner Turkey Dinner hosted by Rockstar Spud. So all of the winners of tonight's matches come out. Everyone except for EC3. You got the Bromans, Bad Influence, Bobby Roode, Gil Kim and Lady Tapa, and Chris Sabin with Velvet Sky, even though she didn't win her match. And they all kind of cut heel promos. Bobby Roode says Velvet Sky shouldn't be there, she needs to leave. Sabin agrees to this and tells her to leave and sends her away. And Bad Influence cut a promo basically trying to sell some Ego t-shirts, even though Ego's not really a team anymore. And Kurt Angle comes out and says he's got some backup with him. He calls them all turkeys. And his backup is Storm and Gunner, Eric Young and ODB, and Nor Furnham and Dewey Barnes, still wearing the turkey suit. So they all have a brawl. It was really silly. They did some comedy spots, like Gil Kim took a pie to the face, Eric Young lays out Bad Influence with a turkey, and then Nor Furnham and Dewey Barnes splash the Bromans. And that was the end of Impact this week. So this was really a skippable show. I mean, it was a Thanksgiving episode, so you can't be too harsh on it. There was really no reason to watch this unless you enjoy the silly comedy they do for Thanksgiving every year. But yeah, this was a really skippable show. The only thing really good on here was the funeral of the Aces and Eights, which is definitely worth checking out. But everything else, skippable. So that's my review of Impact this week. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments, and thanks for watching.